I'm so freaking smart. I recorded my first video without the right mic setting. Uh, and I recorded the second one halfway through to realize that I wasn't on the right mic setting. So sorry about the previous video. I'm just gonna upload it as per usual, but I'm gonna redo this one. So hopefully it will be easier on your ears. So basically, this topic that I want to share is about star seeds. um I want to say I don't really like to share this topic like a lot, not to people who don't have the right understanding of this yet, because I understand how easily it could be misunderstood, or how easily that people like just jump into conclusion straight up. So but the thing is, recently I've been studying or looking into my own origins, and I feel like this is really dear and close to my heart. So I just want to share this. I would say more for myself, but at the same time, if you resonate and if it helps you, please leave a comment, or just text me if you know me. Just want to talk more about this. So the thing is, I personally I do speak light language. It's been activated, I would say, months ago. uh I know that I'm a star seed, but I don't really, as in I identify myself as a star seed, but I don't really prioritize that, because to me I always feel like the life now that I'm living is my priority. It's my relationship with people, my lineage life, my parents, my family, with the people around me. My this current life is my priority. That's what you know gonna make my life better, or like that's where my life is at the moment, and this is where my focus is. I feel like focusing on my this life is gonna help us gain more awareness, more reflection. And to be honest, I feel like this is always and will be my priority in terms of like foundation of my spiritual or expensive expansion, awakening, however you want to call it. The reason why I don't like to delve straight into my past life or my light being life is because I feel like it's very easily for some people to walk into the path of escapism. Like, I don't like my life now and I want to find meaning to my life. I would escape and look into my past life and my star being life, however you want to call it, and just stay there. So which is why I'm always very careful about sharing or like just delving more into my star being life. Yeah, so I think that's just a little bit of disclaimer. So to just give a little overview of what star seeds are, basically more than your life like now, that you can see, you can hear, you can feel through your five senses. Um, we believe there are lives outside of just what we can perceive with our senses, and also life outside of this dimension. So um, the current dimension that we are in is the third dimension, and there are also both light and dark entities outside of this dimension. So light beings, so to say, are actually aliens that come from sometimes this planet, sometimes other planets, and yeah. And some of us chose to reincarnate onto Earth. Some would like to just to experience their usual normal life, as a human life, or as animal life. Or sometimes we are born onto Earth with a mission. So that's the belief. And there are many other star beings that exist And through channeling, the information are available online if you would like to look into it. I don't want to go too much into details, and I would just like to share the star being that I feel like I identify with. And yeah, I think that's kind of like the information, the overarching information that I would like to share. Um, if you have any more questions, or you have any, ideas about it, I would really encourage you to Google about it or even talk to me about it, because I don't want you to like leave this whole thing having the idea of like, just having basically a misunderstanding of the whole thing. So anyway, I also want to acknowledge that the information I share might be a bit choppy, but because the thing is, I have shared in the previous video that I had the wrong microphone setting. I'm actually saying all of this information again, and I may have missed out some information. So if you have any question, please feel free to leave a comment or ask me about it. So here's the actual story that I want to share. So basically, last year I went for an intuitive reading, and I've been told I'm a Lyran, Lyran goddess Hathor slash goddess Hathor, Starseed. At that point, I do not resonate. I do speak light languages, but I have no resonance to whatever information was shared with me. It's only till I feel like I've Googled and understand Lyran's more on and off, but again, not much. Wouldn't say not much resonance, but I didn't delve too much into the information yet until for the past 2 days, and I always feel like um, the most enlightening or the correct step um, that I always take is when I don't overthink think things. So I would say there is actually no trigger for me to kind of like dive deeper into this. So that wasn't, it just happened like, you know what, I feel like it. I went to look more into it. And basically, Lyran star seeds are feline or cat-like kind of star beings that was I think it was something like it was one of the first few star beings to exist in the galaxy, in the world, however you want to call it. Again, I'm not very good with terms. So they were the original, one of the most original star seeds. That has basically feline faces, feline features, and it was said that they created Earth. Didn't create, but they co-created Earth and humans and the whole nature system, so to say. And I was like, okay. I mean, I have really liked cats since I was younger. And there was like a few points that they pointed out that I feel really huge resonance to. Like, they are very high 12 dimensional beings, which means that they don't see much, they don't feel like much of the segregations between you and other beings. They basically live in harmony together with other Lyrans, da da da. And to be honest, I always feel it's hard for me to do that because people go on and say like you shouldn't be that close with that person because he's a male, he's a guy, they will misunderstand. You shouldn't talk to like that to your boss, to your elders, because you should respect them. It's more of a hierarchical kind of like, or there's like a label, or like there's a segregation between people, or between, I don't, it's always hard for me to see things like that. And I actually have to force myself to go into that space sometimes because some people feel like they need to have that as their boundary, or whatever. So I kind of like sometimes force myself to see that because just out of respect for their own boundary, or like label, so to say. But yeah, I feel like that was one of the point that I feel really, really hard for me to kind of see. And yeah, I feel like there was some resonance with that traits of Lyran. And also, I feel like what made me feel there's this strong resonance was no after watching or after knowing about the Lyran-Draconian War. So I've watched like short video clips on YouTube, like 15 minutes videos. And also I listened to a podcast of an hour talking about Lyran's legacy and about the Lyran-Draconian War. And I actually started crying. I actually started tearing up. There was this felt strong and intense felt sense of like there was trauma. There is trauma inside my body, and there was this sense my body knows. Like my mind couldn't perceive, my body knows that I have been through that war. And of course, there were top line description of what happened during that war, like the usual captivity, sex, slaves, rape, all those types. And my body just went into this zone of like fear. Like there was PTSD involved. And now that I'm getting good at channeling, right? I actually saw little bits of images of how was it like it wasn't about the war though. It was about how the whole planet being wiped out. Like the sky looks so damn amazing. Like the sky was dark with a lot of stars. It was so damn beautiful, but there was this profound and deep sadness within me. Um, and there was this sense of like I've been through very traumatic stuff during that war, but I'm blocking out the images, and I would say like it's both conscious and unconsciously that I'm blocking out, because even till now I feel like I'm not ready to see them, so to say. And it made me realize why, even though I've not been through war, I have deep phobia or deep fear of wars and battles and, you know, basically those traumatic stuff. Um, yeah, even as I'm saying right now, I can feel like my body have this anxiety, this strong feelings that comes up. So it's just I I just want to share this. I couldn't dive in deep to tell you that I have this realization, I have this and that, but it's more of like you know what? This is what I'm experiencing, I'm going through right now, and I want to acknowledge that. I don't know how this story is going to help any of you out there, and I just want to continue sharing my journey with this. And again, please do not take the story out of context. Um, I know how it can be taken out of context in so many ways. So I prefer you do your own research or talk to me about it. And especially if you're not into the spiritual realm, the spiritual community, especially. Um, and if you know don't understand or you don't resonate, I would rather you leave it like that first, and rather you not misunderstand it. Yeah. Have a good day.